a weird background.
What the
What
map?
the?
Hey guys,
No, not you.
what's
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, I don't know.
Hello.
I have a feeling we might get one or two more people tuning in this week because of the link that I put up online. Um,
Yeah, you wish.
yeah. I took down the YouTube link a long time ago because I was planning on putting everything up on Spotify, but then
Spotify.
yeah, I realized like, man, this is so much work. And then the guy that I was like having do it for me is like, oh, if you want me to go back and do the old episodes, just pay me twice as much as you're paying me right now. I'm like, all right, Isaac.
Yeah, okay.
That's, I mean, I like what you're thinking, but like, one, originally, like I was paying you that money for doing active work. If you're just gonna record the episode, couldn't you just like set it up to record and then come back to it? Like, what about 25% of the original price? No deal. So, you know, that's gonna be a while.
All right. Well, we can go back to saying screw you, Isaac.
Nah, Isaac's cool.
Oh wait, we're live. Sorry. We love you, Isaac.
It's not a good fit right now, you know.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Nope, better fits later.
So let's do a short recap. You guys were in Sharn, doing some investigations. They brought you to a place in Lower Dura called Lulu's house, where you found essentially like a vampire nest. You guys fought a bunch of like weird vampire zombies, and then Lulu was this crazy like, you know, master essentially. And you guys like killed her like so many times, and she just kept coming back for comic relief, which you know was funny to me and everyone else hated. So I'll keep that in mind next time. Lucian then set the entire place on fire, which you know went unchecked for many turns. The party ran into a hole behind a statue that Zazie found by using some sort of blood incantation or.
Dude, she literally, like, first thing I thought when I saw this big portrait, oh, I'm gonna put my blood on it, then it'll reveal a secret door. That'll be fun. I bet this won't work.
Yeah,
And then it
It
worked.
was this angel holding a chalice full of blood, and it was a statue. Anyway, so it opened, and they all ran inside, and they got smoked
That
out.
was a bass.
It was a bass, you're right. It was a relief. Anyway, you guys
An
ran
angel bass.
Yeah, you guys ran into angel bass, not a striped bass. Stop it! You're throwing me off.
No, like the singing bass.
Oh yeah. Yep.
God.
Anyway, so you guys went inside and, you know, you found some people who were being held prisoner, and you helped them escape. And, you know, there was
Elliot the bass.
there's this couple of weird puzzles, and you guys solved them. And then you found like a portal in the ground that went to some weird place where somebody was using multiple people's voices, messing with you guys. You guys jumped into the portal to escape death by smoke inhalation, and then went through multiple tunnels that kind of were, well, they not were kind of, but they were in Kyber. And you guys passed through a couple of different convergences while you were down there, and you wound up walking out into this weird, like almost stripped out crater in this bog or marsh or bayou. You guys climbed out, all covered in sodden and mud. And Rose climbed up the embankment and was looking out over a familiar sight of the deep wood. And when she was looking, she noticed a man approaching on a raft. She talked to him in Bayou Creole, which is like, what, a mixture of giant, orcish, and Redrin, I think. You know,
Yeah.
you guys got onto the vessel, and he's like, you guys don't want to be on land at nighttime in the deep wood. So we're going to ride this boat at nighttime downriver. We're about a day at this pace from where you guys are trying to get. But, you know, maybe more, maybe less. Who knows? And then you guys all are like, okay, cool, let's get on. That sounds like a great idea. that was into the session.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
I mean, a single person on a flat bottom barge is a lot easier to deal with than whatever's lurking in those woods, if we manage to find dry land to sleep on.
yeah, if you manage to find dry land. So, you guys are on the barge, heading south with Gaff, who is a older gentleman of mixed lineage. He has long, pointy ears, kind of like a pointy nose, goblinoid features. He's probably hobgoblin or maybe some mixture of orc, human, goblin, but you're not sure. Doesn't matter.
He better have a really funny voice.
Oh yeah, he had a good voice. The voices are gonna be bad today, so just fucking deal with it. And you know, it is what it is, right? So, yeah,
I love it when you talk to me rough.
yeah. Does anybody else have anything to add to the discussion here?
Well, I have questions
All right.
for
The
starting off.
Lucian couldn't climb a rope.
Oh yeah, Lucian couldn't climb a rope. That was really funny. I definitely recommend going back to listen to the other episode, even if it's just that bit.
Why couldn't Lucien climb a rope? Tell me more about it.
Oh, you made him roll a lot, which means he fails every time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you know, I might just be leaning back a little bit more on passives.
It was the 300-foot rope,
Oh,
which
that's
we
right,
only
everybody
learned
else
when
got
we
out
were
easily.
climbing it.
Everybody else got out easily. He did not.
To be fair, everybody else, a 300-foot rope does, I think, well,
That's a long rope.
never mind. I'm gonna stop talking. I can't think very well tonight.
You're like, hold on, I'm supporting what Bo said. I better stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh, it made sense, and then I realized it made sense. And now, you know, we better just stop.
I love you, Bo.
I love you too. All right, here we go. Let's get some cattail music playing.
Is this fucking Stardew Valley?
No, I wish it was. So, you guys are heading south on the swamp. You're aboard the barge, the raft. It's just,
What's the barge's name?
large barge.
Amazing.
Anyway, so you guys are drifting along the shadowy river at nighttime. I mean, I guess the best way to describe it is it's similar to the Mississippi. Just this wide, broad, open river that's
Broad.
just, you know, going southward at a decent pace. Rose, you know that once you hit the bayou in earnest, it does slow down significantly.
Yeah.
The water slows down and becomes a bit more stagnant and brackish. So it's cloudy. There's a bit of fog kind of hanging over all of the foliage on the banks, and just over the surface of the water. And as you are gliding across the water, it's kind of breaking. But Gaff seems to be pretty adept at making his way through with his 20-foot pole. As he approaches one side, you'll see him begin to push off it a bit, and then as he approaches the other, he'll push off again. In addition to the party, there is Al, who is sitting on the back, talking to Rio.
Rio or Rico? Because I have it as
Rico.
Rico in my
I'm
notes.
sorry. Rico. Bad handwriting. they're having kind of like a hushed discussion, and there's also Erica, and Erica
And
is, Oh,
Katara.
that's right, and Katara. Yeah, Katara is inside. I think she's probably set up some sort of bunk and sleeping it off. Erica is standing at the front, just hands on the what serves as the bow of the flat front of the ship, and is just kind of looking out across the expanse of the river as it rolls by. So, you guys on your map can see that you are on a hex-based map. You can see the beginning of the text for the Deep Wood. In your handouts, you have the full copy of that map. For those of you that are interested, that want to see the map, shoot me a message on Instagram, and I'll get you on our Discord where you can take a look at it. So, let's start with
Oh, can we start with my questions?
oh, the time for questions is past.
Damn it!
Let's save
Okay,
this for,
fine.
Let's save this for after the session. And we can have a little chat. And,
Wait. No, it's relevant.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's relevant to the session, let's cover them now before we begin.
Okay. How big is the boat exactly? How big is the barge?
Well, let me open up my side screen here, and I'll measure it for you.
Well, just telling me like 25 feet or whatever isn't. Are we cramped? Do we have a little bit of room to spread out? Because this is like a barge, but there are a bunch of people here, and it was just this one guy before us. So like, how cramped together are we?
All right. Well, let's go ahead here. It's about 15 feet wide. You guys can drop your tokens on if you want. 15 by 25. I didn't really want to use this except for combat situations because I didn't really want to break the immersion with a map. But if you want to go ahead and drop your tokens on, that's fine, and we can set the scene here. You guys can see
Ah,
how big it is.
so it is indeed very cramped.
It's tight. Well, you saw the picture that I sent in the group. It's pretty small.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a like a railing that's about probably I don't know, hip height for a normal medium-sized person, and there's a bit of a bar that runs around the outside that has a bunch of holes drilled in it. That water just kind of sloughing over and falling back in. But there are a couple of posts that are up high. You could probably tie off a hammock, from one corner to a corner of the little hut or something like that. There's also some fish that are hung up drying, and as much as they can dry in this disgusting bog weather.
Okay.
Oh, it's still nice and cool. It is still winter, so.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
that
yeah.
was my question answered. Thank you.
Yeah, essentially, you guys are equatorially in somewhere around Louisiana right now, and the bayou weather is very similar to that, with a bit of a mix of like the Pacific Northwest weather with a southbound wind that blows in sea air. So it's a little bit cleaner than just straight bayou.
Mhm.
All right.
Alright.
Let me go ahead. I guess I'll drop on the tokens for the other two, and then we can begin. Oh, son of a bitch. Where are they? Anyway, I'm just going to grab the first two that I see because I don't want to hold things up any longer than I have to. Alright, so I guess let's start with Rose and Lucian right there, towards the back. And, pistachio.
Statue.
Pistachio.
Oh, perfect.
Is it bad that I immediately thought of that one movie?
The one with Chris Kattan.
With Dana Carvey. No, Dana Carvey. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
No, that's not
His
what
name
it
was
Master of
Pistachio.
Disguise.
Ah, yes, Master of Disguise. Because his name was Pistachio.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know what you're referencing, so
All right, let's
He's
help with
referencing the
character.
let it roll.
He's
Yeah.
referencing the Master of Disguise.
Never seen it. Anyway, but no. Rose is just kind of alert and watchful for the moment, and being interrupted.
Okay. What about Lucian?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, what is Lucian doing?
Okay. Lucian is looking around. Trying to get his bearings.
Okay, Lucian, when you're looking around, it's pretty much pitch black around you. There's like a distant, like,
Oh, pitch black? As
Yeah.
in
you can see
as
perfectly.
in something that I can see 120 feet in every direction?
Yeah. But you can still tell it's pitch black. But yeah, you can see kind of, there are a lot of like low-hanging trees with moss growing up the sides of them and hanging down from them. Occasionally, you see something rustling in the foliage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But other than that, what was that?
Well, you're not fat, so being overweight and wearing a belt and sitting down is never a good thing. Go ahead, sorry.
Well,
Alright.
I can relate right now. Belt is off.
Alright, so you were saying, go ahead.
I just think, can we talk for a second?
Sure.
Look, the next time we have to jump through a hole to destinations unknown, let me do it.
To be fair,
You
I was
have a
like-
son.
right. But I was also like, oh wait, I was the first to go.
Yes. You jumped without waiting for any of us.
I mean, you guys were taking too long.
You need to have a little bit more patience and a little more faith in us. Lucian. Like, none of us are disposable. I know that. But out of all of us, you have a wife and you have a child. And I want him to be as lucky as I did getting to know my dad growing up. Just something to think about. Next time somebody needs to take that leap of faith, let it be me. I don't got kids. Likely never will.
Ah, don't say that. I'm sure Lucky is looking around for you right now.
That's if he's out. I don't
Yeah, he should be.
know.
I definitely put the fear of the gods into whatever his name was.
Mhm. Well, thank you for that, I guess.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, Rhoda's definitely like. She is paused and is just watching you, like, okay, didn't expect that kind of expression.
Yeah, I mean, lucky is all of our friend, and I ensured that in my run-in with what's his face, I ensured that was the last thing that I made him do before I left, and ironically ran into you guys because I was not expecting you to still be standing outside of his office.
And we're figuring out what to do.
Oh, would you look at that? The birds are singing.
And one of those weird tuco-tucos.
Oh god.
God damn.
Zazie?
Oh, yes. Okay. No, I'm sorry. My brain didn't work. Give me a second to double check some things. Double check some things with my inventory. 50 feet. Okay. Kovanen?
What?
Do you perhaps have a 60-foot rope?
I have a 60-foot rope, but I can look.
I'm sorry,
Alright,
the-
let me look.
The rope I have is 50 feet, and it needs specifically to be 60 for this spell to work.
Gaff overhears you
He
talking,
will-
and you see him walk over.
He looks into his.
Go ahead.
He's digging through his inventory. Looks like crossbow, grappling hook, cult symbols.
Bolt
Spins up straight
symbols.
again. I have no rope.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. What is your name? I'm sorry.
Your name be Gaff. Nice to meet you.
What?
Say there, man. My name be Gaff.
Well, hello. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Kuvanen. This.
Hello.
Hi. Listen here. I heard
This
you
is-
there talking about that and you need something in that rope and got some for you.
You have 60 foot of rope?
Yeah, I got probably 6 and 7 or something feet like that, and you probably enough for you. What y'all do?
Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I know a spell that might give us a little bit more space, for even if it's just for a little while.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that much about that kind of stuff, and you try it out if you want some rope. Here you go. He just hands you the rope.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worry. I'm gonna get by up here and get some of that water. This stick makes we're no short.
Right. Yes. You should get back to that.
Yeah.
I would hate to put you away from. Looks at Zazie like he obviously doesn't know what the man actually said.
Zazie doesn't either. Well, now that I actually have this rope, Kavanen, will you help me with this?
I'm happy to, I think, but with what?
Well, I just need you to let me know if. Well, the thing is, I don't know if the space I create is static and fixed in one point, or if it moves with the rope. So, what I'm going to try to do is tie the rope off to a bit of the boat, and then cast a
Right.
spell. Theoretically, it should work. theoretically, if I'm right, and the space is indeed movable, it should float along with the boat, sort of being towed behind it. If that doesn't happen, and well, basically, I want you to stand there and yell at me if I am starting to float away from you guys.
I understand things you said, though I don't know what to expect to happen. This thing you're going to create, is it going to fall to the ground like you said, tow behind the boat? Does
No,
it float?
it's
Do you put it on a wall?
it floats. The rope is going to kind of extend to the full length, up, straight up. And at the top of that rope, you can climb up the rope. And at the top, it'll be an extra dimensional space. Kind of like what we just went through to get here, those caverns, but not, because it's a creation of my own magic and it's not like something that's permanently there.
Oh, you get to. Oh, okay. All right. You're creating it?
Yes.
What would it look like inside?
If I remember correctly, it's honestly just a hole. It's kind of
Oh.
dark, there's no light. Just a hole.
How long will it last?
About an hour. It won't give us that much more room for that much longer, but it'll be somewhere private, at least for a little bit.
Right, well, okay. Do the thing, and I'll let you know if it flies away.
Okay, great, thank you. So Zazie, she's gonna tie off a bit of the rope, and with the other end, she's gonna like tie like a lasso, and just toss the rope up, and like mutter the incantation, do whatever to cast the actual spell. Toss the rope up, and it hooks on something in the sky, even though there's like nothing there. And she gives it a good yank, and a hole rips open in the sky, and it's just black behind that. Yeah. And she starts, climbing up. Now, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Does the extra dimensional space move along with the boat, or is it fixed in that one spot?
Would you mind posting the text for me so I can make sure to...
I already have.
Thank you.
Maybe if you paid attention to chat, you'd know that.
I was doing other things, okay? I'm getting other things ready while that's going on as well. Okay. Oh boy, so many words. You touch a length of rope that is
Yeah.
up to 60 feet long. One end of the rope then rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. Okay. Interesting. At the upper end of the rope, an invisible entrance opens to an extra-dimensional space that lasts until the spell ends. The extra-dimensional space can be reached by climbing to the top of the rope. What the fuck is this? The space...
This
It's
is rope
rope
trick.
Okay.
This is a second level transmutation.
I've never seen anyone use this. The space holds as many as 8 members, medium or smaller creatures. The rope can be pulled into the space, making the rope disappear from view. Oh, wow.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons, sir.
I'm going to say as long as the rope is tied to something on the material plane, it will be towed along with the space. If you pull the rope up into it, or untie it at any point, it'll no longer be pulled along with it. It's gonna be.
Okay.
I mean, it's gonna be like a kite.
Okay. So since the rope doesn't have to be 60 feet long, how high in the air did Zazie make the thing be?
Probably the full length of the rope minus what it took to tie it off.
Mm-hmm.
So
Huh.
like a decent amount in the air.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna roll a D100, and that's how long the rope's gonna be. Okay, it's only 14 feet long. Apparently, he couldn't understand you either.
Well, Kovanen has no rope, so there we go. All right. Well, that happens, and then Kovanen's like, "Zazie, look, it's still there.
Excellent.
What did you need me for?"
Well, I was going to climb up into it, but then as I threw it up, I realized I could probably tell if it was trailing off or following or whatever from here, and I didn't even have to climb up into it.
No, it's there. I assume it's there because it just looks like rope floating in the sky. It's a bit taut.
Yeah. Yep,
Alright, now
give me a
what?
second. She'll climb up the rope and enter the little space. And finally, for the first time in what feels like forever, she's got some alone time, alone space. This is excellent.
Kovanen
Excellent.
climbs up the rope. Pokes his head right in. Hello. Did it work?
Yeah. As you can see, I'm here, and this is not.
Where is
Yeah.
here?
I don't know. It's, she air quotes, an extra dimensional space, according to the text of the spell.
All right, just wondering. Like my key sends me to a thing. A place that's defined. Just wondering.
Yeah.
Can you customize it?
I mean, I can. She puts her bag on the floor.
Well,
There.
that's a start.
Well, I can't actually change what the room looks like with the spell, and anything I put in here is going to fall out in an hour once the spell ends, and the space
Oh, it spits the
disappears.
things out because it stops existing. Like it doesn't.
Yes.
You don't come back to it. You just create it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit less useful than yours.
Well, what now?
Well, I was just gonna sit
Oh.
here.
Right. Sorry. I'll climb back down.
It's okay.
No. This is your thing. I'll let you have it.
Okay. Oh, although,
Oh, what?
if Katara does come out and she is actually awake, please send her up. I would like to talk to her privately.
Yes, this probably would be good for that. I'll go get her, I think.
Oh, thank you very much.
Climbs down the rope. Takes a look around at what's going on in the boat. Peeks his head in to see if Katara is awake, alive,
Yeah,
Completely
she's-
naked again.
Yeah. No, that was just the other guy messing with you guys.
Oh, that was a man. Dang it.
Well, it's a changeling, not really a man or a woman. She is in there, about probably like 5 or 6 inches off the floor, just sitting cross-legged. eyes closed.
He will whisper a little bit. Are you awake?
Yes, Kovanen, what can I do for you?
Apologies. Zazie would like a moment of your time.
I know. I was just being polite. She
I
comes
see.
out.
Well, she has formally requested.
I'm sure I'll attend to her immediately.
I'll step out and like she's up there. You'll have to get up there somehow.
She just lets her arms dangle at her sides, and you see her feet just kind of lift up off the ground, and she slowly just levitates into the cut in reality.
Also, why would she? Did I expect Guitar to just climb up the rope? I don't know. Of course, if Guitar is already gone.
So, Zazie, you see Guitarra enter.
Thank you.
Interesting choice of sanctuary.
It's private. It's what I can get here.
Indeed. I'm going to be needing my rest, though, so if you could make this brief.
Oh, that's. Well, I just mostly want to know exactly when you were taken and when you were replaced. Like, I'm sorry. Did you go to the Outlook with me? Was that you?
Yes.
Okay.
It was shortly after that, I believe. It's kind of hazy.
Okay. Thank you.
And there was a sort of psychic
That's all I need.
connection between us for a while. Almost as though I was experiencing what they were doing.
What?
Some sort of mind link.
What do you mean by that?
It was as though I was in their body doing things, but I wasn't in control of it.
Oh, the body of the other
Changeling.
Katara.
Yes.
I know. I'm sorry. We've just been referring to them as other Katara or other whatever. Yes, changeling.
It'll take a bit of time for me to
Okay.
do some inventory of my memories to see what were mine and what were theirs. Anyways, Ozzy, I apologize, but I'm going to get back to resting.
Okay. Thank you.
Enjoy your interesting sanctuary for a while. It's inventive.
Thank you. Just sits there and waits for Katara to leave.
She sees that and just nods and then steps out. Kovanen, you see her fall at like a normal speed, and then a couple inches above the ground, slowly comes to a like a stop just before touching the ground with her toes, and then walks back into the hut and closes the door behind her. That there
Very well.
lady's got something weird going on. I'm not pretty sure I like it too much, and there being in my room in there and where all my stuff is, I gotta make sure she not, you know what I'm saying?
She is off-putting, but trustworthy.
Yeah, we're gonna see about that.
Uh,
I'm not pretty sure I don't like what she's doing, so you all just keep an eye on her and make sure I'm not gonna deal with any of that weird flying shit anymore on my boat. You know what I mean? It's not it ain't right. You know.
We will not betray your hospitality.
Well, you just make sure you don't, because like I said, that ain't right. People be flying around and stuff. That's for the birds.
It quite literally is.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, you know, just keep an eye on her, and I'll just, you know, and folk kind of scare me a little bit.
I know what you mean. Trust me. Though, I must ask, what man? Are we safe on the boat? Has there ever been tales of dangerous creatures leaping out of the water, leaping out of the trees onto a boat?
I mean, you know, occasionally
I'm-
something gonna come out and try to get you, but you know, you just gotta keep your eyes open. And got somebody watching your back, you all right. I mean, for me, I'll ride from one end to the other here, and I just won't sleep. Just keep my eyes open the whole time, and when I get there, it's, you know, I'm just looking out. So, you know, just keep your eyes open, and you know, be smart. Use your head. You know, got nothing to worry about. Just try to use common sense.
Plenty of eyes, and plenty of sensible passengers. So nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, as soon as we get out of these here woods, it'll be a bit better. Put on the embankments. Got plants that eat you alive. We'll get a bit further south. You'll see these weird, they're almost like frogs mixed with alligators. It's like a big pollywog gator, gator. You know what I mean? They got those
It sounds
beady,
quite dangerous.
beady eyes and looking at you all soulless.
You know, we once saw like a very large bipedal catfish dinosaur. Are those from here?
yeah,
It sort of stood up like
yeah, I
like
mean, that sort of thing is definitely around these parts. It's kind of a similar breed to what we're talking about right now. These semi-aquatic amphibious creatures. They,
interesting.
that breed is a bit more violent than these guys. They won't bother you too much unless they're real hungry. You just stay away from them, and you and your yins make sure you know, keep your eyes open. We got fish that swim up the stream with jaws the size of your head that can bite off a limb if you stick it in the water. You got alligator crocodiles and I'm sorry, alligator tortoises, turtles, whatever you want to call them. We got kudas swimming up river. There's all kinds of stuff. There's some, and even when you get down there by Zarashak, they got these sharks that'll swim right up into the clean water and take your arm right off. I mean, it's a
Well, I'm going to do what I can to stay on the boat.
yeah, I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want while you're on here. You can go fishing if you want. You can catch yourself something to eat. If we find a nice place where we can bank up for the evening, we can do that too. But like I said, we're probably about a day's travel out, but I do like to make a pit stop on the way. I got a friend, got a little house, and then of course we are going to be traveling past the
All right. well, None of us know how to pilot this thing, so all we can do is trust your judgment.
Right. Well, right on. That sounds about right.
It's about right to me. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Vaughan will take his leave.
Hey, nice talking to you, buddy.
You as well. Take his leave and go to the back of the boat. Cool kids.
So Ash is actually taking. There's a couple of fishing rods that were stacked up against the edge back here. She's got something on him as bait, and you see her throwing it out, casting it, and it seems to have some rudimentary like hand reel that pulls the rope back in.
Hey, Bo?
Yeah.
Who is Ash?
I'm sorry, Al.
Are you talking about Al?
Haha. Okay.
Yeah, Al. I was looking at the art and not the. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that character's name is Ash.
yeah.
I thought you were talking about me for a second. Anyways, continue on. What's she doing?
Al is
Fishing.
casting the rope and then reeling it in.
Why is
Rico,
my cousin not on the boat?
your cousin is in the boat. I told you she was at the front, standing at the bow.
Oh, that's her? Jesus. That
Uh,
was-
yeah, I probably should put the token down. See, this is another reason why I didn't want to use the map. But you know what? It's actually kind of helpful. So,
Nothing wrong with a map. I make maps all the time.
I like
We
maps.
like maps.
So, yeah. She looks over at Rose.
There was a quite.
Are you going to just sit there and watch, or are you going to pick up a pole?
God, him sneeze.
I bet that's not the first time she's heard that.
She
What?
like takes the rod and then like flicks it, you know, and tries to slap you in the face with it gently. It's probably like a 23. Oh wait, it's improvised.
Yeah,
So
that,
it's probably a 20.
that hits.
It just skips your cheek. You behave yourself. I heard that girl talking. You're married and you got a kid. Probably shouldn't be making jokes like that with me.
No. I'm talking about Rose. Ironically, she probably had it in the same accent.
She just kind of quirks an eyebrow.
Rose just raises a middle finger to you as she attempts to cast.
Moonbeam.
Not Moonbeam.
The-
Oh, what?
of course, it's Moonbeam. What was I thinking?
What do you want me to roll for, like, casting out?
Oh, the line. You didn't describe yourself picking up the pole.
She handed it to me, I thought.
No, she just pointed to them. But yeah, she notices you
Okay, then yes, I'll-
wanting to grab a pole, and then she hands you a nice, like, sturdy rod.
Now you're doing it on purpose.
Doing what?
Contributing
Okay, well in that
the
case,
debauchery.
if you don't like the sturdy rod, then she'll get you one of the lesser rods. You know what I mean?
That one probably needs a pill.
That doesn't even make any sense. You totally lost the euphemism, dude. You went right over the edge with it. Okay, alright. You ever used one of these before?
It gets worse and worse.
If you want, I can teach you how to handle it.
Not the first time I've heard those words either.
Here, hold on.
Anyway.
Hold on. Just watch real quick. And she starts to reel it in a little bit. She's like, first, you just got to make sure, you know, you turn just a little bit. Gently like. And then you just pull back and ease into it. And then as soon as you feel like it's about to go, you just yank on it real hard.
I was laughing like an old man.
then you just reel it in.
All gentle like.
And then she starts reeling it in, and she pulls it up, and there's a decent sized fish hanging from it. Looks like a catfish. It's fighting and it's trying to spin on the line, and she just pulls her boot knife out and stabs it right in the head.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I grew up down south in Zarash Bay. And my first time watching pole. In more serious terms, looking at Lucia sternly.
She looks at you and is like, subtlety isn't your thing, is it?
No, I don't think fishing was either. I'm trying to remember the last time I did this. What would that roll be? If you want me to roll for it.
For fishing?
Yeah.
I
That'd be-
suppose it would be survival
Or nature.
or nature.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
survival. That's an 8. Nah,
Should have taken
it's...
nature.
Oh, no, if I'd taken nature, it would have been a -1 to that. So. No.
Al just looks at you and nods her head. Well, we all got to start somewhere.
Be gentle. On my first time. And forever.
All right, you're just making it weird.
Nah,
Anyway, so
back when I was doing truffles.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this thing up. Maybe we can catch a couple more and get ourselves a bit of chowder or something going. What do you think?
Be good for a night like this.
Yeah.
Alright. Hey, Lucian, you want to give it a go?
Sure. That looks fun. We used to
Yeah,
have
well, that's
people for that, but all right, let's see. I put my hand on the rod, and
Before or after Rose hands it to you? Because she's handing it to you. Like, let's not make this awkward.
Well, it's before she hands it to him. He has to touch it if you're handing it to him. God.
No, this is fair.
Did their hands touch?
No.
no.
For multiple
Roll,
reasons.
roll for hands touching. Just kidding.
Oh, God, no.
Roll sleight of hand. Oh, I'm wrong.
What?
I should have had you roll performance.
All right, so yeah, I take the rod.
And spoil the child.
I like kind of follow what I've seen so far, and cast it out into the bay, and I will attempt to catch a fish using. Let's see, my nature is 0, my survival is 2. Holy shit! That's a 22, sir. Natural. The naturalist of 20s for a 22.
Rico just looks at you and is like, "Yeah, I'd say it's definitely not your first time."
No, beginner's luck. I have never done this before, but well, that was thought it was. I don't know why you had so much trouble with this, Rose.
You see the axe on my back. That's my primary choice.
Excuses. All right.
Excuses. You hear
And
you hear Al from around the corner. I heard that cast.
All right, let's see what you got here.
Yeah, what a catch.
Well, I mean, you just cast it.
DM.
You just casted it, so
Yeah, what a
Um,
natural 20. What's up?
yeah, you're right. Fuck it. Okay. So as soon as the hook hits the water, you see something move under the surface. The surface of the water bends over the back of something quite large, and you feel the cord go taut immediately.
Ooh.
Roll then athletics.
Uh. Oh, I'm so good at that.
Ooh.
19. Damn. I am good at that.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Are we doing this? I guess we're doing this. Okay.
I guess.
All right. Fish battle. Here we go. All right. Let's move back to Zazie real quick while I set this up. Okay.
Okay. Well, for a couple minutes, Zazie just lays there, you know, content with being alone. And she lays down, turns over again, looks at her bag on the floor, turns back around, looks back at her bag, goes into her bag, gets the book. You know, the book. The big bad magic one.
Oh damn.
Does even just holding it, like, fill her with dread or whatever?
I think at this point you have kind of moved out of that being so bad for you. You know, you're able to withstand it without, you know, checking every time. You definitely do feel that lingering sense of dread whenever you touch it, but you've built up a tolerance to it, like a psychic callus, if you will.
Should she? I mean, how bad could it hurt? How bad could it hurt? I mean, how bad? No. She shouldn't. She puts it back. Puts it back. Grabs her bag. Scurries back down the rope. Tugs it a couple times. And the rope falls to the floor. And yeah, she just goes and... Is she stupid enough to put her feet off the edge into the water? Probably not. No. I would be. Zazie would not. She'd just look at the water, not put her feet into it.
Okay. Lucian,
Yeah.
let's see here. Oh, is my okay, it's +5 to my athletics. For some reason, my Beyond 20 is not working right now. Ooh, it beats you by 1. You get pulled forward with a jolt. Rose and Kovanen, you notice Lucian is about to get pulled into the water. Each of you, can you make a dexterity save to see if you catch him? Lucian, you may decide to let go if you want to before falling in, but otherwise, you know, you're gonna fight it.
Rose gets a 21.
Okay, you're good.
Kovanen adds +2 to his dex check if he's close enough to catch.
Okay. You grab a hold of him and roll a athletics as well. All right, not great.
Wow.
Not great, but the two of you are able
That was +7.
to hold on. Okay, so Lucian, you know, you're reeling this thing in. It's fighting you. Give me a little give me some details here. What's going through Lucian's head right now, or what's he saying? What's he doing?
So, God, wow, this is a strong one. Oh, right. Here we go. I start just reeling it in. That's it.
Rose is gonna like just hold on to him.
Please do not let me go.
Oh,
Yeah, Kovanen,
Oh,
having
anyway.
just arrived back there, is just standing there with his hands on his hips, watching Lucian fishing, of all things. Seems like very uncharacteristic to see. Kovanen hardly knows what fishing is. He just knows it's, I don't know, primitive.
Primitive. All right, so Lucian, it's still fighting you. You're holding on. You know, little does everyone else know that you're an excellent fisherman. You're able to you let the line, you give it a little bit of a lead, and it starts it's like pulling away. And as it's pulling away, you realize it's the right moment to kind of like pull it back in. Give me another athletics roll.
All right. Natural 20.
Okay. All right. So you're pulling against it, and you feel it start to give. You're pulling in a little bit more and a little bit more. Let's see here. Let's say it was 22 feet away from you. It is now 22. So 20 minus 7. It's you reeled it in about 13 feet. It's about 9 feet from you right now. You can see the water like breaking on the surface, and its head is like protruding from the top of the water, and you can make out it looks like this weird like frog thing, kind of, but also like an alligator.
Oh my god.
It has these like strange things on the sides of its head that look like gills. It's like a giant fucking salamander gator.
well, this is
Um,
gonna get interesting.
All right,
Mhm.
it's gonna kick back and try to fight away from you again.
Lucian, do you need help? What is that?
You might want to grab on.
Something very large. I don't know.
What
Help
am I
me.
going to do? He'll grab on. He grab Lucian by the belt.
All right. Another athletics, right?
Yeah.
All right. 19.
All right, you beat it by 1. You move it in 1 more foot. It's now 8 feet away from the boat. It's kicking around on the surface of the water. You can see it. It's fucking big, man. It's probably, I don't know, somewhere between like 10 and 15 feet long.
Boom.
Just writhing under the surface, pulling, and you know, it's fighting. It's fighting again.
I'm gonna take out my crossbow and shoot it right in the head.
Oh no! So mean. Okay.
Lucian,
roll-
he takes the crossbow out. Lucian, are we trying to? That's big. Do you want it? Can we do it? What is
roll attack.
That there's good eating.
good eating? Oh, all right. Lucian said good eating. That means it has to die.
All right, you rolled
23.
23 to hit, 9 damage to crit. It just screams out in the surface of the water, this weird, like, rattling, chirping scream. You, like, hit it in, like, the side of the head, and blood starts coming out of it. You can see blood in the water just, like, coursing out from where you shot it and flowing behind it.
I don't know if that was right. Lucian, is that right? Rose, what is that? Is that how you do it?
Not technically, but we might want to get this up fast before it attracts attention.
Oh, we are getting it in. All right.
I would recommend getting a net or something like that.
A net.
That's what I've heard before.
We don't have any nets. That's a big.
Going that size.
When the thing screams, Zazi's gonna rush to the back. Like, oh my god, what was that? Is everybody okay? He's got
Zazie,
her
I'm
sword
fishing.
out.
Put
What?
your arms around me.
Just-
Okay. She grabs onto Lucian, with one hand, because she's already got her sword out with the other.
No. Put the sword away and just come here to the other side. Because one hand is not going to do it. Come over here, and I just nod my head to the left, and hold on to me, please.
Okay, okay. She does as he commands.
Fucking car again.
Sorry, guys. I
What
apologize.
the hell is that?
I apologize for the art. It actually looks like if you look on the side of the screen here, do you see the
This
like
one.
the visual aid that I included?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's that giant frog catfish.
I love them.
Yeah, you see it. It
The
actually
frog
looks pretty adorable. I need everyone to make.
Really?
I need
Wow.
everyone to make a charisma save.
Huh?
Natural freaking 20.
19.
And everybody
Everybody
gets
gets
plus
+2
to
this
that.
in next to Rose.
Oh yeah. 21.
Oh, but
Okay.
oh, but it kind of looks kind of sweet. Are you sure? Sure, we should be killing this thing?
Yes.
Everybody else is like, that thing's like a 9 on a 20 scale. It's not that cute. Kill it. Zazie, you feel kind of guilty. All right. You hear,
What's new?
you hear from the front of the boat. Well, you gotta do them back there. You gotta come shooting stuff in that water. No, you be killing stuff. You gotta be careful. Gonna get all that blood up in there, and you gotta melt and hear the 10 of them.
I'm sorry.
We're working on it.
Does
Um,
anyone know what he says?
Blood
yeah,
in
we're
the
about
water,
to
be
attract
careful.
attention.
The only thing
Wow.
I heard was 10 of them.
Lucian said to kill it, so I shot it in the head and now it's bleeding everywhere.
All right. Lucian, it's gonna try to break away from the cord again.
Mhm. Do I get
think we
any
should
bonuses
just let
now
it-
that I have 3 people helping me?
Yeah, all of you guys can basically, just add your strength rolls together.
Let's go.
Your strength?
Ooh,
Not
that's the
that
lowest
matters.
one so far.
14.
My highest ever.
Suck it, fishy.
19.
All right. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna move up to the back of the boat, and that's gonna be Nivet's turn.
Is it close enough for me to grab it
Um,
dumbly by the mouth and haul it in?
So, everyone,
is
I
a
need
bit
you
quite
to
low.
roll into initiative now, please.
Go
Alright,
on,
Mr.
and always
Ardwest.
going first.
I mean, it's I'm built for that. Don't even have a maximum dexterity.
Okay. You don't have a maximum dexterity.
No, my dexterity is not maximized.
All right, Kovanen, you're up.
This guy's name is Gaff or something. I don't know. Come on, and we'll call out towards the front of the boat. Gaff, this is really big. Should what do we do?
You gotta get rid of it now. You got a thing up in his head.
Lucian, he said we have to get rid of it.
What?
He said he advises that we get rid of it. DM, I will hold my action for a crossbow shot if it, makes a attack or whatever against one of us.
Okay. All right. It is going to. It's going to try to bite you.
Oh, no.
Obviously, it's going to try to bite Lucian.
It does get disadvantage because technically I'm between it and Lucian.
Yeah.
No,
It's
technically I'm on the thing. We're just on the
Well,
what you call it,
no, we'll do that. He's going to
in
roll.
the wrong position.
It's just going to roll off the side of the boat, hop into the water, and then splash back up right next to Lucian.
Disadvantage because you were between it and the. But you made that up.
We're just
Alright.
standing in the
The-
wrong positions, but
the
I'm technically on the
Cincinnati-
edge of the
It's gonna bite you.
what you call. It's not cheat. Nope, you miss. Haha, bitch.
I will release my held action of a crossbow attack for 27 hit, 12 piercing.
All right.
It's within 5 feet of an enemy.
Yeah, you
So I
hit
get
it right
sneak attack.
between the eyes, and you just like blood just squirts out of its head, and it just goes limp, and then it's being towed behind the ship, just lying on the surface of the water, just kind of like being pulled, blood trailing out behind it.
Oh, well, there we are.
Hold up.
Gaff, we subdued it.
Man, you gotta be careful with them things. Yeah, you can cut off a bit of it and whatever you're gonna get, and then throw it back. You know, getting that blood trying out behind us. You can gonna have one more 10 of them.
Cut off,
Ten of
cut
them?
off. He said to cut off the antenna, and then throw it back.
No,
Not
no, no.
cut off them
I
there
think he
10.
said something.
Cut off the bit that you want, and then the rest you throw it back, or there gonna be 10 of them.
Bet.
You gotta get your ears checked, boy. You gotta tune the damn thing I'm saying.
Alright,
He's trying
so-
to say to Gaff.
Rose, you don't speak to him that way about me. What are we doing with this thing? Rose, do whatever he said.
Let me try to fillet it, and then we will release it back into the water for the creatures to feed off of.
Right. Circle of life.
And will someone help me to pull it onto the back before we can attempt
I'm
to?
just going to get out of your way.
Ready when you are.
I think I will as well.
Rico walks over. He grabs one of the boarding hooks, and he just slaps it right down into the back of the creature. All right, everybody, get out of the way. We're gonna pull this
Fuck it.
thing up.
All right.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna scurry to the front of the boat.
I just move slightly back.
Yeah, it's slimy skin. He looks over at Rose. Pardon me, darling. Pulls it
There
up.
we are.
All right.
All right.
Hey, give me them there eyes. I like the eyes. Give me them eyes.
I'll do my best, Gaff. I will do my
She
best.
will, Salty will scurry away from Gaff.
Yeah, and their tail. It's got a nice long tail, nice soft meat. The side of it tastes like a catfish mixed with like a chicken.
Hey, allow me to try and fillet it first, and I will let you know what was salvageable.
I'm just trying to tell you what parts is good. You don't waste your time flaying something you don't want.
Lucian, get the eyes.
So I will attempt, DM, to salvage what I can.
Do hunters have any sort of abilities that assist with this sort of thing? Like,
Well,
you
he's
know,
not a hunter subclass ranger, so
well, I'm sorry. Do rangers have any? Well, the hunter subclass probably would. I guess I didn't know that was a thing, but I don't know. I was just curious. I wasn't sure if there was like woodcraft or something like that.
Woodcraft on a beast? That's weird.
Not like not carpentry, but like wilderness craft. Anyway,
Off the top of my head, the only thing that might apply would be rangers get they forage twice as much food from
in
their
their
favorite
favorite
terrains.
terrain.
I don't think Lucian's in his favorite terrain.
okay.
Technically,
Technically.
there is a coast on this river. You know, the
which
coast
we
of
are
the
not
river,
at yet.
right?
I thought you were Underdark was your favorite terrain. Or is it Underdark and Coast?
Yeah, and desert.
Okay.
You have 3 favorite terrains?
We're level
Yeah,
10.
'cause we're level 10.
Good point.
Is swamp is swamp one of the choices?
It's one of the choices.
Is it? Let me see.
If
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, then I'll say that this is not your favorite terrain then. You know, coastal, you know, this is close, but it's a little different, you know. This is a weird swampy creature versus, you know, fresh ocean creature. Fresh ocean, you know, fresh ocean water. You're approaching a brackish area, which will, you know, be borderline coastal. But right now, you're in non-brackish water, or mostly non-brackish water. Anyway, just normal rolls.
Okay.
What do you propose to do for your rolls for this thing?
I don't know. In a situation like this, you know, survival could work. Insight.
How do you feel right now, Fish? Is this blade digs into your
History could work too. Stealth, you know, was always a good one.
Oh, you know what? You know, those are all great choices, but I think you're right the first time. I think survival is probably your best choice.
Got it.
Oh,
21.
Nice. So this thing, let's see how much HP it has. It has 19 total HP. I will allow you to take 19 rations that need to be cooked before eating, but
But of course.
19 rations worth of food from this thing.
All right. And I expertly, like next to expertly, because technically I rolled a 19, but I next to expertly, like, fillet this fish almost as if I've done it before.
Yeah. Everyone else that is watching this right now, can you roll insight for me?
7.
7. 11.
11.
8. Hooray!
Oh, wow. That's all for us.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for my guys.
Damn, I can't believe that we're being as silly as Zomer right now.
I don't know what I'm inciting.
Rico just looks at you and nods, and Al is not even paying any attention. She's like grooming herself right now.
Roll for my cousin.
Oh, your cousin? She's not watching. She's just sitting at the bow right now, looking off into the distance.
All right, well, fuck off, I guess. She would have advantage, technically.
She wouldn't even need to roll. She knows. Anyway, you guys are like, man, Lucian, he just can do anything. This guy can drive. He can fillet a fish. You know,
Lucian, you're still full of it. I don't know how you did that, but I get the sense that you're making it up.
Either way, I'm still impressed.
All right, maybe I've, done this once or twice. I don't know. Old habits die hard, I guess.
Rico walks up and just, deadlifts the thing and cleans it into the water. Splash.
Not splash.
Yeah.
Our feet get wet. One or two of the fucking fillets like wash away. Like
Now
I'm
you
joking.
wash all
Don't
that blood
fuck
off
with it.
back there. I can't have all that blood on the back of my ship. What does this thing look like to you? A barn?
Not going to comment. Neither is Lucian.
Neither is Lucian. You look around and do notice it looks remarkably similar to a barn.
Or it's just
I
whistles.
I open my mouth, and as soon as Kovan says neither is Lucian, I just close my mouth again.
I promised him he wouldn't betray his hospitality, so let's... How do you clean blood off of this wood? I don't know.
Oh,
With water?
Brush?
like this.
Well,
I just start doing it.
There's there's definitely like a push broom, on the side.
I use the water from the lake. I mean lake, Jesus, the river.
Yeah, just kind of like get the brush wet and kind of push it all off. Nice.
Yeah.
You do a good job.
Well, there's that.
smoking or stewing.
Gaff, do you by perchance have any salt laying around?
Yeah.
This way we can
You walk
keep.
in the door on the left-hand side. There's a barrel of salt and there's a barrel of sugar. And I got some other vessels in there.
No. Sugar would spoil it. I do need salt to keep it somewhat fresh until we
Lucian,
can
where's
get
this
to a
coming from?
fire. What? I don't. A book that I read before in the past.
Yeah, where I'm from, we use 50% salt and 50% sugar, and it works just fine.
Makes it easier to eat too.
I mean, it's whatever. Salt works just fine, though. I mean, you can just use the salt if that's what you do where you're from. Looks like you know what you're doing.
No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. I go over to the door and knock.
Come
Katara.
Come in.
I open the door with my eyes shielded, forgetting that it wasn't her the last time.
Yes.
No, I just need this bucket here.
When you're done in here, can you
And-
please send Kovanen in? Please.
Sure. I turn around. Giovanni, you had that right?
Yes.
I will taste each bucket first before grabbing one.
Yeah, so you open the first bucket. It has like the texture of between coarse to almost like crystal salt, just packed into the barrel, and then the other one has like a milled sugar inside of it, almost like tiny flat pieces of sugar, and they both taste pretty clean. He seems to
Okay.
keep a decently tight ship, considering how
What it looks like.
how shitty it is. And there's a couple of buckets hanging from the ceiling upside down.
Cool. You know what? I'll grab a bucket too. This way I can, just stack up the pieces of fish in a bucket and have it not on the floor.
Yeah. You just pack it in the salt and let her go.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I grab the salt bucket and I grab an empty bucket, walk back over to the fillets and just start brushing some or sprinkling some salt over the top and stacking them inside of the bucket. And yeah.
You hear Gaff from outside. Make sure you pack it up tight. Put plenty of salt in there. We don't want to be getting sick from that damn thing. They got all kinds of parasites in these waters and stuff. Do you see any worms in there when you're cutting them up?
I believe I've rolled a 21, so DM, did I?
No. Seemed clean.
No, it seemed clean.
All right, well, like I said, it seems like you know what you're doing, but yeah, give it a couple days. Well, that'll be all good for you. Anyway, I'm gonna need to use the bathroom here in a minute. You guys don't mind looking the other way for a couple minutes?
I think we'll manage.
As Zazie runs to the back.
Yeah. And
She doesn't run.
you'd be best to not look
But-
off the back of the boat now either. He looks over at Erica. That means you too, honey. Get on back there. I gotta have my privacy. I'm not used to having this many people on here.
Shy bladder.
Yeah, shy bladder. That's it. I guess a couple of you are gonna have to stay towards the front. Send that big guy. Send that big guy up here with me. Rico just shakes his head. Fleshlings.
Just piss already.
That little dance around that we have to do around the building.
He looks at Kavani.
Unless I
I
can just
don't
get on
think he has
top.
He looks at Kavani. He's like, I ain't taking a piss.
Yeah. Ew.
Oh. Yes, I will be over here on the other side of the boat.
And on that
Pardon?
note, let's take a bio break.
Speaking of going by.
Okay, 10 minutes.
I'm back, bitches.
Welcome back.
I had some cookies. Cookies.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I am painting a frog.
Oh, cool. How festive.
Very.
I am also back, and give me just a second longer.
Yeah, these were the 3D printed frogs. So, a gift from my dad. So I'm finally getting around to painting them. I thought it would be thematic.
Yeah.
How wow.
What up, G?
You know, if we ever do make it big, which I kind of doubt, I love you guys, but it's unlikely.
It would.
I think it would be
It has
fun.
to be a new campaign for us to take off. You know what I mean?
Anyways, I think it would be fun to film an episode or two while while I'm doing art. Like I stream myself doing the art, whether it's digitally from a tablet or whatever, or I somehow get a camera and point it at my workspace or whatever. I think that would be fun, just as a special little thing.
I mean, you could do that anyway. It would only, you know, work alongside what we're already doing. You know?
Do what
Yeah.
anyway?
I don't know.
What
I'm
anyway?
being silly.
I don't think
I'm being
so.
silly.
No, it's not silly at all.
What's not silly?
Ash
Me.
was saying that they wanted to do painting, like as like a little fun thing to do while playing games.
Well, I
Ash does
thought
that
that
already.
since if I'm doing it already,
Ash
I
does
don't
already
know.
do that.
if we stream it, it could potentially be another draw, and people might like us.
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
streamed the painting.
Yeah, that's why I said it was silly. Ugh.
Not that.
Why do you
silly.
say that's silly?
I'm not hot enough to get people to come.
But your painting could be. Haha. Anyway.
Yeah.
Very
Don't point it at
true.
yourself. Then it's just you, and then nobody would know you're painting. Point it at the drawing.
Also, I mean, not to like say anything like one way or another, but there are plenty of people that are varying levels of attractiveness that are successful regardless of their attractiveness, or because people find them attractive regardless of if they're traditionally attractive or not, if that makes sense.
Ugh, I know.
I mean, look at
our
Bob
podcast,
Ross.
It's not successful enough because Bo is a hot man. He's just hot.
Hell yeah.
If I was a woman and I looked like I do, my life would be a lot different.
A comparable level of traditionally attractive, but being
Yeah.
born a woman.
Yeah, like
D&D.
like you know, it's like, oh, it's like he's a guy and he's pretty good looking. He's not like you know, hot with two T's, but you know, he's pretty good. But if it's a girl, it's like, oh man, they're hot.
Mommy.
Put on the right outfit, you know, goes a long way. But for me, it's just like, oh, that's a professional man.
Okay, look, if you want me to put on outfits while I paint and stream, you gotta be
Professional
paying me
man.
way more.
Yeah,
That's a Bo.
well, that's
You can tell by Bo's face he is a professional man.
yeah, that's it.
Would your wife say that?
Yeah, one of the few things that she would agree with me on. Oh wait, we're live. Sorry, babe. You know it's true though. You agree with me about everything. That's what I was saying. We're like two peas in a pod. peas and
She doesn't listen to this.
Peas and carrots. Yeah, absolutely. She's like, this is the wives, or what's it called?
That is one of them. Yep.
The housewives shows. You know what I'm talking about. Housewives of Georgia.
Real Housewives of New York.
Real Housewives. Let's put this.
The
Anyway,
Real Housewives of Sharn.
Watches shows about. Never mind.
Okay. So, direct quote: "Make art."
Make the art.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
You're gonna read it right.
All right, guys, we're back. Gaff is
Welcome
taking
back.
a dump off the front of the boat right now.
I'm praying that we are.
Erica's still
upwind.
sternly watching ahead up on the bow.
Yeah. Yeah. Rico standing
Unshakable.
next to him, doesn't care. He's like, "Oh, you damn old fleshlings, having to do all your bodily functions and whatnot."
And then he's like, "Oh no, my batteries are dying. One of you fleshlings better plug me in, or I'm gonna die for real."
So, Kobanen,
All right. Yes, come on, and we'll
good.
go in there.
Katera is in her meditative pose. As you walk in, she opens her eyes again.
Hello.
Good evening. It would be helpful if I could make use of your space.
Lest somebody ask you for a barrel of salt again.
It is a bit of a distraction, and the smells are unfavorable.
Well, nobody else really likes it either. Trust me. Though in time, I suspect you will begin to complain about it as well. Though,
You understand that I've been
But-
sleeping inside of the metal gibbet for the past several days.
I do. But I'm afraid I'm not able to let anyone else into it. I do not know how. I believe that's beyond me for now.
That makes sense. I guess it was back at the Mans they were able to enter from there. Well, I'll make.
I mean, I'm able to enter just about whenever I wish. Nobody else has ever been in there, physically. One gentleman joined me, mentally. It's...
Okay. I'll make do in here.
Just so you know, Gaff is quite uneasy with you being here, flying around or whatever. I don't know. He says magic's weird. Anyway, don't touch his stuff. There you go.
Perhaps you can have a conversation with him on my account, apologizing. And give him this.
I already have.
She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a coin. And it has a familiar symbol on the coin.
What's the symbol?
Well, you recognize it as like it's a mark of the traveler, and it is literally the coin. Well, this is a traveler's mark. People who are members of the Church of the Traveler often will use it as currency.
I see. Interesting. All right, I will.
I just assume
I will
based
take the
upon
coin
its
from her.
trade. Thank you.
Yes, all right. I will tell the others not to bother you again and to keep the dead fish out of here.
She just
Then he
Closes her
will take
eyes.
a step backwards out of the room. Close the door.
Yep.
All right. No one else can go in there. Lucian, Rose, Sazi, Owl. It really bother her. She hates it here.
Everyone does,
Yeah, she
I assume.
Yeah,
I
she,
don't
she's
know.
been through a lot the past week.
she seems like one of those stuck-up taps.
She can probably hear you in her mind right now.
I don't care.
Well, that should be a cue for her to get out of people's minds and give them a bit of privacy.
I mean, if she can hear me in my mind right now, then she can hear me whether I say it out loud or not anyway. I'll be damned if I'm going to be not thinking something because I'm afraid she's going to hear me thinking it. You hear
Right.
that?
You know what? What do you owe her anyway?
Yeah, she don't know me.
She doesn't know your story.
Yeah, she don't know my story. Man, them old stuck-up ladies.
Is your story?
Well, I was. Why are you asking so many questions?
Well,
Yes, Ozzy, you don't know her.
Yeah, you
come
don't
on
know
in.
me. What's
Well, it
what's
would
your
be
story?
nice.
what you want to know?
Well, I want to know why you, out of all people in Sharn, were kidnapped.
Well, I was hanging out at Lulu's and I got too intoxicated one night, and I went up to one of their rooms. They had upstairs, and when I woke up the next day, I was captive. Unfortunately,
Okay, so no special reason. Okay.
nope.
Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Do I believe that tale? That seems so mundane.
Roll insight.
Yep. About to ask the
Natural
same
one for a
thing.
6.
Seems legit.
I mean, that tracks. The opportunistic predators, I think.
Meanwhile, Rose got a 16 for her insight.
Okay.
I guess I should roll as well then. 3. I believe her.
And Lucian is in the back of the ship, just whistling away.
Rose, seems like maybe she's full of shit. This is the symbol that was on the coin, by the way.
Oh, weird.
Interesting.
It's like a. Is that a vertebra? Looking down the middle of a vertebra.
Yeah, it's like it's 3 bones making a 6-pointed star, and then from the sides coming out are like 2 pieces of what looks like a tattered sailcloth that are like pulled out to either side, and it's all bound up in some sort of cloth.
Oh, that's cloth.
Could also be bone, or skin, flesh, whatever.
I'm gonna
Maybe we
choose
can-
to interpret it as that because that makes it a lot more badass. Anyways, this lady's full of shit. Tell us more.
Well, you don't think she's full of shit. It sounds straight up. Rose? you
Tell
thi-
Rose more.
Rose, you think she sounds like she's kind of full of shit.
And she's kind of given a little bit of side eye, but she's not going to directly ask until there's a little bit more privacy or a little bit more space.
Okay.
Like, though I do have a question thinking back on it, did she ever react to like the mention of Lucky when Lucian was joking around with me about that?
Roll history.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. It's a 17. Oh shit.
No.
No, okay. I'm still impressed, even if it didn't get me anything. I'm still impressed that I managed to roll an 18 for that
It's
roll.
a good roll.
Mhm.
Anyway, so it's like I was saying, you know, and then fortunately Rico came in the next day, but then they grabbed him up too. So, you know,
But Rico doesn't even have any blood. Not that they sort of want. Didn't they want to do blood stuff?
I don't think Warforged, whatever.
No, they don't have blood. Yes, I know, but that's the point. That my point at least was.
Anything that
Well,
the cult would need.
I don't know. I mean,
I know there's way to do blood stuff on a creature even if it doesn't have blood.
Well, that's that statue that had the blood bowl. Reacted when you did blood things with it.
That's true. That might only work with actual blood, not whatever blood equivalent Warforged may or may not have.
yeah, that anyway, so then they did a bunch of blood stuff with us, and then, you know, I guess they just had to get a hold of Rico, because maybe, like, you know, like Ash said, they can do blood stuff, but
You're Ash.
Ash?
I mean,
That's you.
Zazie Ashti. Ash seems like a good nickname for that.
Oh,
No.
you picked that out of the middle. Yes, very good. I had never thought of that.
Yeah.
Zozzy.
Please don't.
Okay.
Just stick with Saucy.
Anyway, Zazie, my fault. You know, where I come from, occasionally we take nicknames out of the middle of the name. Like, my brother Matthew, we call him Hugh.
But that's the end of the name.
Well, I mean, it's the middle too.
It just.
That sounds like you threw something. Anyway, but yeah, that's my story. How about you?
I go to Fairhaven, the college there with my friends,
I mean,
and we took a trip to Sharn.
oh, cool. That sounds like a
Where
good time.
shit hit the fan.
Yeah, how'd you guys? Well, I mean, I guess you wound up in there because you got in a fight or something.
Mm.
Oh. They kidnapped someone we cared about, and then. You know her, Katara. So we hunted them down. Burned down
Yeah,
everything they loved, and got her out.
she was in there already when I got in there.
Do you remember how long you were in there?
Not to be honest, you know, to be honest, I don't know. It's kind of all ran together. You know, there's no daylight or anything, and you know, occasionally they just come in there and do some stuff and take her blood and you know do some kind of rituals and whatnot.
Okay, I understand.
So, anyway, I mean, you know, Erica
Well,
is
first time I've run into cult shit though.
stepping over at this point. Yeah, that's true, but could be way worse. She looks over at Erica. Yeah, when I was in there, I can say it obviously wasn't very good. There was a couple of people in there before us that didn't make it, so I can say really fortunate that you came in there when you did. Thank you. Thank you, Lucien. And all of your friends.
I must say, Lucian fought pretty hard to get,
Good too.
yeah, to get to you, to find out where you were, what to do to get you out.
I'll have to say I'm a bit embarrassed that you had to come and get us. You know, Rico and I aren't really used to having to be saved and all that. So
Do you have much experience of being kidnapped by horrible blood cults?
she just looks at you and laughs a little bit. More than you might think.
Then you could hardly. Oh, I was going to say, then you could hardly be blamed for not knowing how to. But, well, alright.
I know that sounds familiar though.
How do you mean?
Do you know names?
Names of what?
These blood cults that supposedly capture you so often.
Oh, I was being a bit there sarcastic, Zazie. I was saying,
Ah,
I mean, it is not the first time that I have been involved in activities like this, but I'd say, it's the first time I've ever been caught.
Oh, caught doing what?
Watching.
Now to answer your question. My brother a couple of times tried to kill me. Then this shit. Hey, we got him.
Yeah, we all got family
Oh,
problems,
you
right?
got him.
I look at Erica. I look at Erica when he says that.
Unless
look
your
over
brother
yet.
tried to kill you twice.
Lucian, I never tried to kill you. I mean, occasionally you might have gotten into a fight, but never tried to kill you.
Still don't know what Andre was trying to do, but I crawled up his ass.
You hear Gaff yell back, "All right now, one of y'all come up here. This guy ain't talking."
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, wash my hands right in the river. Salt and all.
are you done?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stay back here.
Nah, it's all right. I'm clean. I'm a clean man. I like to take care of myself and make it all good and whatnot, and things like that. And you gotta make sure it's clean. You can't be out here in a boat all by yourself making smells. You know, guys, somebody in here, there'll be 10 of them on you.
So, Gaff, I don't think we've. I mean, it might have been mentioned at some point or another, but just remind me, where are we headed?
Well, we're heading south. We're going to, I mean, I guess it depends on where you want to go. Come on up here. I'll hand you my dirty old map.
Huh.
Don't mind the messy map.
How? I mean, considering what you just did, how dirty are we talking?
Nah, it's just old, dirty map.
All right.
Just
Good
take-
luck, Lucian.
What's the worst thing that's
Thanks.
gonna happen? It's just a map.
I mean, I can't help but notice that you didn't have any paper to clean yourself. So,
How do you
You
know
know,
what I got?
they're
I
dirty.
I keep 3 seashells right up front up here. That's all I need.
that is
What are
disgusting.
the seashells for?
Scooping.
Oh my god. Just go up there, Lucian.
Wait, hold
I'm already here.
Wait, you don't know what the seashells are for?
No. We're not going to get into the seashells. All right. Anyway, let me see here. And I will open up the handouts section of our personal Discord, not the fan Discord, which you can join by DMing the DM and clicking on the Discord link that he will provide for you.
Yeah. And if you're a fan,
Wow.
What are you what are you doing? Why are you saying wow?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. Confused now. All right, guys. So
Don't worry.
hop into our handouts real quick. They're good old Lucian, and you can
Mhm.
see the this map, this handy dandy map that I put in there. And
Handy
right,
dandy notebook.
right now, look in the top right hand corner. You can see in the top right hand corner of the map it says the Deep Wood.
Huh.
And you can
Damn
see
right it does.
you can see that there's a thing right there that says Kyber Mines. And that looks like that little crevice in the earth that you guys came out of must have been a Kyber mine, according to this map. So, you guys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away from the Zarashak. So, in general, on overland travel, you would travel about 1 hex a day. You're probably going about twice as fast right now, according to your, your traveling understanding. So he said it'd probably take you about a day at this pace. But when you're looking at the map, looks like it could probably take you 1, 2 days, maybe, maybe 1.5 days if you're going really fast.
Okay.
Maybe 3 days if you stop off somewhere.
Got it. All right. Okay. So, we my eyes get really wide looking at this map. Erica, can you come here, please? Now. Right now.
Lucian, what has perturbed you so?
She walks over and, shoulders up to you and looks down at the map. What do you
I
got here?
point at it.
At the Kyber mine?
Nope.
Oh, at Zarashak?
hmm
She looks up at you. Well, if that's not a strange coincidence.
Yeah.
What
So,
do you propose we do there about that?
avoid it at all costs. And if for some reason we do have to go there, we need to not be dressed so fine. We need to, no offense, Gaff, but look like him.
Well, I mean, we're going to go about halfway through the trip. We can go by that old Deepwood City. It's right off the
That was
right off the river there. We can pick you up some authentic Deepwood threads, and you can look like one of the locals. I mean, we see your type around here occasionally.
yes, I know. I know that.
Why you got a problem with Zarashak? I mean, I know I got my own problems with Zarashak, but why you got a problem? I thought you'd never been here before.
We have not. However, there are issues there that I would rather not discuss out in the open. But yes, either, like I said, either we get some common clothes as soon as possible, or you drop us off at Deepwood City and we find our way back east by ourselves. But there is no way in the Nine Hells that we are going to Zarashak.
I mean, Zarashak's our best way of getting back to Sharn.
Oh, you're here. Oh, hello. Sorry. You scared me.
Blame the mithril. It doesn't make noise.
Mhm.
Also, stopping in Deepwood City wouldn't be a bad idea. My aunt lives there. Last I heard, she might be able to help us out.
I'm telling you, I understand that,
I'm saying Deepwood City, not Zarashak.
oh, okay. All right. You scared me there. Yes. Deepwood City. But yeah, at all costs, we need to avoid Zarashak. At all costs.
I don't know, Lucian. I think it might be cool for us to go there. Or, you know, it could be educational for us to go there.
And if we're found out,
I mean, we just dress like the locals, and I don't see any problems with it. Well, my accent changing, I've got a bit of a throttle stop. Can't even talk like a motorfighter now.
I mean, as good of a, I mean, quote unquote, recon mission as it would be, we are, our faces are extremely recognizable.
You can just do like they did in the old days and put on a bit of wood paint, you know. Get a little bit of that black woad paint, put on our faces, maybe all white paint. Dress up like mercenaries, they not be able to tell the difference.
Zazie is going to peek around the side of the boat, get Lucian in her sights, and mind link with him. So he just feels this little whoop. I don't want to say jolt of electricity, but it is kind of a jolt, and Zazie is present in his head.
Oh,
Um,
that
Lucian,
doesn't
if
read
this
my
is-
thoughts, does it?
no.
Good.
Lucian, if this is something you need to discuss in private with all of us, I can put up my rope thing again, and we can
Listen,
talk.
the last time I tried to climb a rope, it didn't work out too well.
It's the only bit of privacy we're going to get. Offer still stands.
Zazie, what is he doing up there?
It would probably be the
Zazie, you're
smartest.
staring at him. Are you doing the mind thing?
She nods to Kovanen.
What's he
Yes,
talking about?
he's freaking out a little bit. I think we're gonna convene up in the rope.
What could he be freaking out about?
I don't know. That's why I offered the rope as a solitary meeting point where we could all meet and discuss it.
Okay.
So he
right.
could inform us what he's freaking out about.
Right, okay, I get it.
And yes, she'll retreat back to the back of the boat. Still has the link up with Lucian. And she will just rope again.
All right. All right, Erica. I have kept some information from my companions, and because of our proximity to this city, I think it's time they know everything.
All right. I mean, I wasn't any part of it. You keeping it from them to begin with, so I've got no interest in you not sharing it. So go ahead. I'll just listen. If you have any questions, I can help. But I think you got it.
I mean, there are of course, things that I'm sure I might not be completely privy to. You are older after all, so
True.
you might be able to help slightly.
I'll do my best.
All right. Gaff, you got it here, right?
Yeah, I got it on mine myself. I mean, the only thing make it more difficult was all this weight on here. Is that I got to push a lot harder to post up off here. But this old big guy Rico is up here, and I'm gonna try to conscript him and getting help me. All right. He just stares at us.
All right.
Anyway, can I have my dirty old map back, please?
Oh yes, of course. Here. Do you? I mean, all right. Yes, I guess.
Look, we can get you another copy of our own when we're in Deepwood City if you want to stop off. So.
All right. Yes, that would be. That might be actually helpful. But I need to go talk to my friends now. So
All right.
I'll be off.
If you guys want to take a rest after this, we can. I'll stop off at Deepwood. Probably be another 5 or 6 hours before we get there. So if you guys want to turn in, we can do that too.
What time is it?
Well, we've been in session for about 2 hours. It was dusk before, so that was.
Oh, so it's late.
Yeah, it's probably like.
Oh shit.
It's probably like 10. It's probably like 10:13 p.m.
All right. All right. So we'll figure that out afterwards. All right. Cool. Yes. Then it would be a shame to make you work through the night. So I guess try to. Can you see well in the dark?
Yeah, I can see just fine.
All right. So I guess start looking for a place to land. And once we get ashore, I'll attempt to try and find a clearing for all of us to settle down for the night.
No, it's
But,
all right. I can. It's better if we stay on here. There's been some bandit sightings on the West Bank, so somebody's got to keep their eyes peeled. And it's all marshy and wet anyway. I mean, if I could have one person
makes sense.
stay up with me and make sure they keep an eye out, then that wouldn't be a bad
Well,
idea.
the big guy doesn't need to sleep.
That's true. You can stay up here with me, Rico.
All right, I need to go though. This is
He
very
gives-
pleasant
He gives
talking
you
to you. but I
he
need
gives you the pointer finger,
Uh
and you'll notice that he only has 3 fingers.
huh. As I walk by Rico, I pat him on the back, so it sounds a lot like doom doom.
Yeah.
And I will attempt to climb the rope.
For the record, Rose is at the bottom of the rope waiting for you to get up before
Oh,
she
okay.
climbs up herself.
Yeah. Zazie
Okay.
would have
Cool.
tried to usher everybody into the rope. Well,
Cool.
everybody of the 4 of us.
Right,
Alright.
up the rope he goes.
All right, so I will climb the rope, probably with Rose's help.
Yeah. You guys are all able to climb the rope. No big deal.
All right. So once we're inside of the extra dimensional space of Rope Trick, I start just pacing back and forth in this room, and
What's going on?
all right. Okay. All right. I'll start with I guess the easiest of information and work my way to the serious of the information. As you probably already know, I have been fishing before. My late mother taught me the ways of ranging. All of her paintings are, for the most part, at least landscapes, of course, are are places that she brought me to train, or places that she went on adventures of her own. During my training, I learned fishing and foraging and things of the sort. So cleaning a fish was easy, nothing to me. That is the lighthearted of the information. Now for the serious stuff. My family has a rival family back in Zendrik, known as House Tazarkin. There has been a long-standing feud over the Kybershard market. We have...
Unsurprising.
Yes. We have dipped our toes into the hiring of mercenaries to
Kill them.
to destroy not only their empire but them as well.
Okay.
The city that we are coming upon, Zarashak, is a stronghold of the Tazarkan family on the Corvair side of the world. Much like Trollimport was for me, and Sean is for my cousin. If Rika or I are recognized, if we go to Zarashak and we are recognized, the best bet, and I know some of you, I look at Rose, and Kovanen, and then eventually look at Zazie as well. I know some of you would be compelled to stay. I would implore you to run. Make your way back to Sean. Make your way back to Fairhaven. Wherever you need to go, but if we are recognized, leave Erica and I here.
Not a fat
That's
fucking
stupid. We'll
chance.
just not go to that city.
That is my plan, of course. I'm saying if somehow we find ourselves in Zarashak, it is very important that either we are not recognized, we make ourselves unrecognizable to them, or if we are, leave.
Did you only just now remember what Zarashak was? We've been speaking about Zarashak.
I have been
Time.
distracted. I've been rather distracted. But now that my head is screwed on straight again, yes, this is what we need to do.
Alright. So, Zarashak is a Method Blast resort. that if we do have to get in there and the worst predictions come true, I ain't leaving you. You know why.
This is why I looked at you first. Please, Rose, please leave us.
Rose just kind of leans back and crosses her arms. So,
Well,
What do you
there's no
expect
point in
that'll
looking.
happen?
There's no point in looking at her about it. I mean, I'm not going to leave you either.
I mean, neither am I.
Look over at Erica. Yes.
I'm just thinking, if we're looking for a service station and we're trying to get out of here, where are we going to find that other than Zerashik?
Look, hold on. What do you think is gonna happen to you if they find you?
Oh, they're going to kill us.
At best kill us.
Right.
At worst,
Right. Yeah, or torture us.
torture you first,
Right. Yeah, cool.
and then kill us and make us watch as they torture. Please don't. Please.
I mean, my brother was a bad person, but these people are really bad.
And you really think we won't be able to outfight a bunch of goons?
Let me explain this to you. Goons are what we faced in our first adventure into Fairhaven. You know, those people that burned Kavanen. I just remembered that. Those are goons. The Cathalis family is essentially one of the strongest families in all of Zendrik. The Tzarkans are equally, if not slightly less strong as us.
Interesting.
Which, however, there is another slight advantage that our family has. A long time ago, my family, our ancestors, made a deal in their war with Tzarkan. Made a deal with a very, very powerful Dalkir.
I'm sorry, a powerful what?
Dalkir.
Okay, okay.
You know, so I mean, that helps us in Zendrik, but that I know of, my cousin and I do not have the means to implore that quote unquote help if we are ever faced with a Tzarkan member. Or an army of Tzarkans, which I would have we would be up against.
Okay. I understand a bit better.
Look at you. Family rivals and all this. Wars with them. I don't have a point. I'm just saying.
Thing is, they'll never really be to keep up with Health Solus, because we have
direct access to the Kyber mines, and they have to buy them from the orcs here, and I believe that's what they're doing here for the most part. But you know, it's much easier when you own the mines versus trying to buy them from, you know, the locals and all that. Even if you do strong arm your way into having a direct agreement where they can't sell it to anybody else, it's still better when you own it. Just saying.
Oh, all right. Why would we need to go to Zerachak? What does that hold for us?
That's the primary hub of transportation out of Marches. You don't really have roads going in and out. On one side you got Joanne. To the north you got whatever the hell the Dreadwastes are. Primary way out of this is the ship. Your biggest port is Zerachak.
Right. Okay, so avoiding Zerachak, what do we do instead?
Walk. We can walk out of here.
I mean, can we?
I mean,
I know it took us 2 days to get from Sharn to here,
Lucian and I
but
can walk
we
out
had
of here.
magical help with that.
Alright, it didn't take us 2 days to get from Sean to here. It took us 2 days to get from Sean to an underground cave to suddenly appearing here.
We could go back into
I
Kyber.
said magical help.
Go back down in Kyber.
I
and try to-
don't think that is. I don't think that's the best idea.
Well, I mean, we're a day from the
It
Zerachek.
is.
Maybe we just go to Zerachek and we get the hell out of there as fast as possible. Simple.
That's a good plan. There's only one complication, though. Wasn't Lord Cathalis heading this direction to check out some of the Kyber mines?
Yeah.
If he was,
Well, my brother died out in by Cutter's Mouth.
yeah, the ones near
Oh.
Cutter's Mouth.
Was he assassinated by this family?
It's a great question.
It's
That
likely.
is. Man, I probably should have gotten more information instead of laughing it off.
Oh, you were
I
having
mean-
the time of your life thinking about him dying.
I mean,
Well-
I don't have a lot of information
Okay.
about it. Rose, what do you think? Is it possible?
It's possible. I mean, Inez Zarkin, it's a familiar name in Cutter's Mouth. I think the mines that operate outside of it deal with, if not directly owned, by Zarkin. And whoever killed Carlisle was trying to set up Lucky for that fall.
Okay, well,
Knowing.
here's an
alright,
idea.
Go ahead, Zoe.
All of us, except for Lucian and Erica, go into Zerachak. We get a boat or some other form of transportation that's going to get us somewhere. Then we meet up at some point, like outside of Zerachak. You guys get onto our boat or transportation or whatever, and then we go back home.
I don't like it. I'm just gonna put on some paint, get some weapons, you know, go in there, like a couple mercenaries. Lucian,
Put on some paint.
You know,
Well, how about Lucian, you were saying something before Zazie spoke up.
Well, the thing about cousin, her brother, is he was a very cocky man, and knowing him,
he was an idiot.
if
He was also an idiot.
yes, there's that too. But
Arrogance and lack of intelligence.
if he went into Zerachak, there is a very, very strong likelihood that he was throwing around the Cathalis name.
completely
full.
undisguised and all that.
What?
Completely undisguised and all that.
Exactly. So, yes, there is a very strong likelihood that he, in no way, about ramifications of mentioning. So, so there is that, and that is possibly what what cost him his life. My curiosity is now getting the best of me, because now
You
I
want to go in there?
wonder. Well, kind of.
I definitely
Because-
want to go in there.
Because now I wonder why it is that if they are behind his murder and the setting up of Lucky, I now wonder why they chose him to take the fall.
Well, he was investigating it, wasn't he?
Wasn't
Lucky
he?
was following Carlisle. He didn't like the smell of something going on with that expedition.
And if these people did kill Carlisle, they wouldn't want him to investigate.
Why not just set it up to where, Lucky came across Carlisle after an attempted quote-unquote double cross? Why frame Lucky at all?
I don't know. There's also this actual cult that, the guy who turned to smoke and did the thing.
Yeah, good old Blackroot cult.
Maybe it's all connected.
I'm starting to think that it is.
Which means we probably need to check it out.
How many people live out there
Alright,
in Catasmouth?
how about-
How big a town is it?
I mean, when I left, it was 350 tops.
knowing
it-
your family, it's gone up by 100.
Oh, the population of Fairhaven would have gone up
No
by
thanks to
100.
Rose.
But no,
It took me a second. So good.
anyway. No, and even then, it kind of population of Cutter's Mouth exploded between the time I was 13 and the time I left. So we were one of the only coastal towns to successfully defend against raiders, and people seem to want that. Plus, we're really close to the Cutter River, which is the primary route to some of the Darkwood foresting places. What my dad does. Also, I actually have to look at the map for those.
You guys don't mind? I'm gonna go down and set up a couple of hammocks. If anybody wants one, I'm gonna kick back for the night.
Yes, please.
All right. What do you?
Yeah,
say?
sure,
Please and thank you.
So
sure.
6.
Yeah, we'll be done soon.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah, we'll
wonderful.
be down soon.
All right. I'll set up 6 right on the back of the boat, and if you want one, just hop on. And yeah, it's good talk. But listen, before we done talking about this, I just want to say I might want to check out Cutter's Mouth, just for a bit, not a long time, but just go take a look.
Yeah.
On our way out, if it's possible.
Yeah, I think our first stop should be Deepwood, though. Get in contact with my aunt, see if she knows anything,
Mhm.
see if she's
Gives
heard
us a
anything
bit more
from
time
Krishna.
to think of how to deal with the Zarashak problem.
She might also have some less pretty clothes for you and Lucian.
And paint. We'll definitely need
Paint.
paint.
She'll
And
definitely probably have paint.
yeah.
Maybe a little grease for your hair.
Remember that when we had to wear paint to go outside in the daytime before we had this awesome sunblock that just made it so that we can go out in the sun.
Yeah.
We used to have to rub our entire bodies with black and white paint.
Sounds tedious.
Took forever. And then if you sweat too much, you'll get in the water and you have to reploy it. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway,
Well,
I'll get everything set up. I'll see you down in the week.
All right.
What? Lucian, what did she just say?
She'll see us down in a second. That's
In a week, I see.
this. No grease on my hair. I'll just do this thing that I used to do where I let my hair completely down and then kind of wet it. But it looks real cool. It like kind of hangs over my eyes.
Ah,
Emo Lucian.
Not like that. More like Kane.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, edgy Lucian.
Yeah.
One fingerless black glove on.
And a red mask. I have a mask. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at odds. I have to admit.
Well, I don't want you or your cousin to be chased by groups of highly trained mafia assassins. But I think we all have a but on this one, right?
Mhm.
But I want to get to the bottom of a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Here.
do I.
it's late. Why don't we all go to sleep? And we're gonna stop off in Deepwood City, anyways. So let's go to bed. Think about this in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a plan. I might just stay up for a little while. After all, I do need less than you guys, but I might just kind of ponder this for a while before.
Do you want me to keep the space up?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna kick you guys out so I can have a little bit more alone time.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll drop down. I drop down, and I go to like the front. No, wait, to the side, like to the side of the water, and just like kind of sit on the floor, like knees up, and my arms like resting on my knees, and just like let me see. Kyber's Bane in one hand, just looking out at the
How do you spell hammock?
what you call it? That way.
HAMMOCK.
Hammock. Hammock. There we go.
Yeah. So sitting on the floor, leaning on the and the thingy, and just looking out that way. Kyber's Bane in my hand.
I'm just gonna sit down next to him after she gets down. Just kind of lean up against the shack.
Shack, that's the word I was looking for.
After the others leave the extra dimensional space, Kavani lingers around as if he wasn't expecting to leave. As if he wasn't expecting to be required to leave, just plain as can be.
I mean, Zazi's not paying him much attention. She's getting a blanket and a pillow out of her bag, and also a book and a candle. And she's curling up against one of the walls, although I say walls with quotation marks, because it's more like a little slice of featureless void. One of the walls of the space.
Modern points
Not
at her
really.
as she does this. Oh, that was my next question: is how far could you walk?
Oh,
Walk.
well, this far, I guess. I guess it's kind of hard to measure distance here because of, you know, how it is. But I say it could comfortably fit like 8 people, maybe. It's like a big circle.
Well, it's a neat escape.
It is.
Trust me, it's worth it to be able to pop into your own space and have everyone just be gone completely.
Yeah.
Though when I do it, I can still hear everyone else outside, so I still have to go away to do it. But
Well, are you just gonna stand there?
oh well, I'll step out.
I was gonna offer you a book.
Well, yeah, sure, yes, I'll read something.
Oh wait, you don't have the books that I gave you from the library.
I don't recall you giving me.
Remember I took you to the library and I picked out books for you?
Wasn't that the? Oh yes, those would be. Yes, I even read those on the way here on the
Yeah.
airship. Yes, those
The
are
back of
probably
the
gonna be.
airship. Well, let me see what I have. I have the last book in this series, the middle book of another series, the manuscripts, a small collection of
Part of me really wants to read the scary one, the
poetry.
manuscripts.
Me too.
But how about I just read the second entry in that series and I make up my own headcanon for what happened in the first one.
Sure.
And then I
Let
tell
me
you
know what
about
you
it,
come
and
up
then
with.
yes, I'll tell you about it, and then you can compare it to what actually happened.
This is Ozzy given the book, and she'd offer him another blanket if she had one, but he gets to suffer and she gets to be comfy. And she just
He will lay down flat on the invisible floor, head on the floor, and read the book. Hold it directly over his face.
please tell me he drops it on his face at least once.
No, his dexterity is incredible. What's the book you give him?
Shit. What do I have near me? It's a story about dragons and half dragons, and all these half dragons are connected to one girl half dragon, and like they're all in her mind, but it's avatar versions of them, and she has to go and find them to stop this other person, this other half dragon who's evil.
Like the Serafina series?
Yeah.
Okay, I googled story about dragons and half dragon, one girl, and got Serafina.
Damn it. Yes, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Okay, I will research the second book and then make up something for the first one.
The second book is Shadow Scale, if that helps.
Yes. And there he will read until the thing goes away.
She'll warn him like 45 minutes in when it's about to die.
Shush, I'm reading it. It's a really good part.
Okay. She'll just pick her own stuff up and leave and wait.
He hasn't read often. He's into it.
Cool. Does he read for the whole hour?
Well, nobody's here to warn him anymore.
Well, let's see. Anything inside the extra dimensional space drops out when the spell ends. Mr. DM, how tall up do you think this version is?
Weren't you like 13
Since
feet
you
up?
decided that last time. Yeah.
But it was being
14.
towed kind of like a kite. Where did you originally say you hung it from?
This time it was kind of from the back shed, so like right here.
Okay. You'll probably just fall into one of the hammocks.
Okay, as long as he's not gonna fall in the river and
I mean,
ruin
my
my book.
instinct tells me that I want you guys to roll an acrobatics roll, and then when you roll a nat 1, I'm going to make you fall in the river. But I'm not going to do that tonight. Because I'm a nice guy.
I don't know. He was being a little obtuse about it. You know, he's hanging up 15 feet in the air, and then he poofs into. Let's be real. He's gonna teleport right to the deck of the boat, land in a 3-point superhero pose with the book in one hand, and he's gonna be fine.
Right. But what
This
about
is also
Zazu?
true.
She climbs out.
Okay. Okay.
She knows when her spell ends, and he shushed her when she tried to get him out.
Okay. Sweet. All right. How do you guys like my boat setup here?
I like it.
You guys got
It's
some,
good.
some hammocks.
It's a nice boat.
Oh wow.
Boat. But if it
I'm
was spelled that way,
so
wouldn't it
funny.
be Butte? Like
Ah.
she's a Butte.
Yeah, or you know, like a small mountain. Well, that's B-U-T-T-E.
No.
So it's different.
I mean, it also describes you, so
Ah, a small mountain. So yeah. I wanna take that picture now that I have of the boat, of the barge or whatever you want to call it, and put like a bunch of hammocks all over it now. Like the one in the right corner over here. The left corner.
hey,
Right. Yeah.
Kovanen, roll insight.
Well,
You remember that you have that coin in your pocket.
oh yeah, I had meant to speak to him, and then we got to talking about assassinations. Yes, before curling up in my hammock, I will go to the front of the boat to not Jebediah the Goblin, but to Gaff the mixed lineage man.
Yeah. All right. He's gondoling. He's gondoling the water.
Right.
Which, if you look at the picture, makes a lot of sense because he's got that big stick. You know.
Absolutely. So, I will approach Mr. Gaff. I have something here from Gitara, the floating lady who is sleeping in your quarters right now. As a gesture of goodwill, to extend a hand of whatever. She says you can trust her. Here you go. I will open my palm and show him the coin.
Roll. He turns towards you. Roll perception.
He's a zombie. 17.
You notice for the first time that he has a necklace that is around his neck. It's kind of tucked into his shirt. And it is the same symbol, but it's basically like made out of wood. And he takes the coin from your hand, like he takes it, and you see him kind of like rub through his shirt the symbol on his neck. Well, I'll be damned. What where do you reckon she got this from?
She keeps many a curious artifact. She also just knows a lot of things.
Well, I mean,
If you don't mind,
everybody bargemen, people like me, traveling and doing all that sort of thing, we, especially being the group that I'm from, kind of lean towards the traveler. It's funny. Before I came out here today, oh, never mind. Anyway, thank you. Tell your friend I said thank you, and that she is welcome on my ship anytime.
I will. If you don't mind, from your point of view, what can you tell me from your point of view about the traveler? I'd like to hear it.
Well, that's an interesting question. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of different groups. I'm a member of a group. We're called the Mentors. And we believe that the traveler is essentially a spirit that works his or her or their ways through our hands, and that anytime when you happen across the path of a person who may need you, that was the traveler that put you there, put them in your path, and that occasionally, sometimes you got to do things that shake things up. Make changes. And through those changes, good things can arise. Or maybe not good, but just right. And that may have been something I have done in my past. And one of the reasons why I'm not welcome in Zarashak anymore. Is I did some shaking.
I see.
I shook some trees that needed to be shaken, and when the fruit fell, some of the wrong people got hit. Or, in my case, the right people.
I see. Well, it was a curious happenstance for us to have appeared where we did. Right in your path, wouldn't you say?
That's what you call the traveler's gift. If you ever heard of the expression.
I think I would call it that. Suppose I would call it that.
Anyway, if you ever want to hear more about the traveler, If you can get me in the Zarashak, I'll take you to the church. I'd like to go back there.
It just might happen that we find ourselves how do I say it? Fucking whatever. Disguising ourselves into Zarashak. So, that's a distinct possibility.
Well, the Traveler likes that sort of thing too. Takes many forms. Anyway, you all get some
Many
rest,
forms indeed.
and I'll wake you up when we're pulling into Deepwood City.
Wake us if you need anything before then. Or if anything is the matter.
I don't think there will be, but like I said, if one of you alls want to stand lookout, there have been bandit sightings off of the West Bank. So, it's up to you.
Some of us need not sleep the entire night to get the benefits of a full night's rest, so we will definitely take turns keeping a watch.
Yeah, I mean, I bet with as many of us as there is on here, they won't bug us. But it would be better if we saw them first. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, good night then.
Night.
Cotton leaves. Heads to a hammock if one is still available.
And they are.
Crawl up into it.
So, you guys are going to take a rest now.
Yes.
Except Lucian.
Lucian, are you staying up?
Yeah, for now. Like, I mean, I only need 4 hours.
Okay.
Kovan will spread the word that if anybody is able to keep an eye out during points of the night, it would be helpful. Bandits and such.
Okay. Lucian,
Yes.
everyone else is asleep except for you, Gaff, and Rico.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Just sitting there. That's it. Just sitting there. Sitting, with my back against the shack.
Are you making any attempt to look around?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, I'm like looking out, looking out at the banks, and like holding Kyber's band. I explained this 3 times. God, you don't listen to me, I swear. Where's this relationship gone?
Roll perception.
Okay. Ted.
So, off of the West Bank, you see, as you're passing by, the glow of a fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you do?
Are there voices? I mean, is this literally how it is?
What's that?
Like, it the distance on the map is it to scale or is it like exaggeratedly close?
No. It's to scale.
Okay.
With your night vision, you can actually see the fire. As you're passing by, you can see the figure of a person kind of huddled by the fire, and there's like a tent hidden in the woods
So there's only one person.
that you can see.
No voices echoing across the water.
No, not really. Roll another perception for me.
Sure. 12.
Okay. You do hear a little bit of like rustling.
Okay.
There's actually like a turkey or a chicken on that sword. He's like cooking on it.
I see. Very clever.
Um. The rustling is not coming from him, right?
Nope. It sounds like it's coming from about right here.
I don't see you pinging.
Right here.
Still nothing.
Still nothing.
Are you guys on the map with the thing?
With the boat and the camp and the chicken sword.
Which I get.
Are you indicating on the wrong layer?
Oh yeah, duh. Thank you. There you go. About right there.
Uh-huh.
You're drifting by.
I am now standing. And I'm like keeping an eye on the guy, like mainly for his safety. Because I know that Gaff was, definitely mentioning the bandit issue. And if anyone bursts out of that fucking bush, thank you. I have a thing.
So Rico stands up next to you. He pulls out his gun, and he just kind of like aims it off into the woods. Roll intimidation with advantage.
Sure. I like that.
I like
In-
that.
Intimidation. 18.
You hear a little bit more rustling, and then nothing happens, and you guys pass right through. You definitely saw some sort of camp there. Not able to determine whether or not what kind of camp it was.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
Is Gaff still standing next to me?
you mean Rico?
Oh, is that who it was? Yeah, then
Yeah.
Rico. Rico, do you think that was possibly bandits, or did we just scare some bandits into not reacting?
I can't say for sure, but it was definitely something, right?
Yeah.
We might want to
Yes.
warn
Yes.
people in that next town down there.
Yes, that would be a smart idea to warn them of possible bandits in the area. Gaff,
Yeah, what's up?
how close would you say we are to Deepwood City?
Well, I guess probably like another 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. But it's about to get really rainy out here.
Yes, yes,
Up on the horizon right there, you see those clouds coming in.
yes. It is rather dark. All right. So, I mean, 3 hours. That is, and that's by boat. So, I mean, who knows? We could probably even avoid the warning. That is rather far by foot, but Rico, I think we should. I think we should at least stay vigilant along the way. I might attempt to at least get some shut eye for a short time. I know you don't have to power down too soon, too much.
Yeah, got it. I'll keep an eye out.
I mean, I do not sleep. I
You rest.
do what's called a yes. I do what's called a trance. So,
I do something
I
similar.
mean, right. So, if you do need me, you can shake me awake. I will jump up rather quickly. So,
Right on. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
all right. And yeah. Does the shack have like a lip like that I could, be under, like the roof?
It's not. It hasn't started raining yet. It looks like it probably isn't going to start raining until about the time, maybe like an hour.
That we get to deep.
Yeah, an hour or two from now. You'll probably be passing through the rain on the way there.
Uh-huh. All right, even better. I mean, I get a head start on the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a little bit of a lip. You could just lean up against it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, then I'll do that. If anything, then I'll just go back to my spot and just kind of lean against the wall, and do the start of my trance there.
Okay. All right. So a little bit more time goes by, and you guys Feel
Feel
the-
on rest.
feel the rain start kind of
Oh,
coming down on you. Seems to be moving in the same direction you guys are. You actually see some storm clouds coming up on the horizon as you pull into Deepwood City.
Mhm.
It begins to rain. And off to your right,
oh, this must be downtown.
you see several docks with some stilt buildings built off of the docks, and then some other thatched roof buildings on the right. And he slowly pulls the boat in. A couple of guys come out. It's just at the beginning of dawn now, and he throws out this line with what looks kind of like an anchor on it, but it has two ropes attached to it. He throws it out and he pulls himself in, and then he takes one of the lines and he pulls it and kind of like breaks it out of the ground, and then he pulls it in again, and he slowly pulls himself in to this building off to the side here. And then throws an anchor out in a couple of different directions and ties off to the edge of where these boats are. And that's where we'll call it tonight.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right, and that's where we'll end the session tonight. Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Good
I'm
night,
assuming.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Oh, dude, Trey. What's up, Trey? Doesn't know how to use the 3 shells.